We're back with another YouTube video. Today we'll talk about how to sidechain, specifically with a compressor. Now I'll look at a little beat I made here just an hour ago, and we have some tracks here. We have our kick, piano, and bass, and these are the three that I'm going to be focusing on. Specifically today I'm going to be talking about how to get sort of that volume pumping effect in your piano, and then you can also use this as an additional way to clear up your kick and bass interactions. Now, it's not necessarily the tool that you want to use to fix your kick and bass interactions, but it is a tool to sort of help at the end of that process. I would recommend using EQ to do that. But today is just a short tutorial on how to use Ableton's compressor specifically when sidechaining, and then I'll also show you how to use Kickstart2, which is an awesome tool that you can buy online. So let's listen to the beat with just the kick and piano, and I'll go ahead and turn off the compressor. And what I've done here is I've grouped the piano and the bass together so that I can have one instance of each compressor on the group. And in order to get this to work, you just hit this little triangle here on our compressor. So I just went into Audio Effects, found compressor, loaded it in on our track. Now you click on External, go to Source. There's no source, so nothing will happen here. So we just have kick and piano. Now let's engage the sidechain. So we'll select kick as our source, and we'll still hear nothing happening, right? What we need to do is either click here or on this bar here and lower the threshold. What's happening is that this compressor is taking audio as a source from our kick track and using that volume as a parameter manipulator for this module on the piano. We can make this more aggressive by turning the threshold all the way down, and we can also affect the attack, the ratio, and the release. You can tweak this however you want. And then let's add the bass. Okay, so that's how you use the compressor built into Ableton. So let's talk about Kickstart. So Kickstart gives you a couple more options. If we can hit configure and show you what this looks like real quick, what we have here is basically the same thing. Now I've turned off the compressor and we'll go to Kickstart. They already have a little sidechain button here. You just go down, select your track, kick drum, and now we have a nice, like, the reason why we use kick drum actually is like it's rhythmic, it's always on the beat, and when we pump we want it to be sort of rhythmic, and if we pump from, like, say a polyrhythmic like drum beat or another ARP, like, it's just gonna sound weird. So say you want to also keep the pumping but you don't want to actually hear the kick, so what we can do is copy the kick and we can just basically call this ghost kick. And now we turn the volume of that track all the way down. Instead of our kick track, we have a sidechain from ghost kick. And we'll turn off our kick track, and we should still hear the sidechain effect without the kick. So here in Kickstart, we can do all sorts of things with this. You can click on this and drag it to be part of the beat that you want the sidechain to effect. You can select your algorithm. You can do all sorts of weird things. You can turn down the mix. You can really just experiment with it. So this is just a super basic tutorial. What I usually do is I turn the mix all the way up and kind of have it sit right in the middle here. And then let's hear the kicking. You can even automate this. We can talk about that in another video. It's a little bit complicated to set up right now. We just want to keep it short. So that's basically what's going on with sidechain compression. If you have any other questions about this, just let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.